So to try to stay organized. So we're going to create a scenes folder. This is going to store 2 scenes. We're going to have a scripts folder. I will move it out just a second. I'm going to grab the folder. We're going to create, let's say, sound file, sounds. We'll do music. Let's say, we'll do artwork. And that should be good for now. We're going to go ahead and save this scene. And as you see, I'm in my computer. I'm in my directory where I save things. And under the scene, I'm going to go ahead and click the folder scenes that we just created. And we're going to call this main menu. So here we have our main menu scene. I'm going to go ahead and create a new scene. We're going to save it again. We're going to save. And we're going to call it the play scene. And I didn't save it under scenes, but that's okay. You can click it in the project hierarchy and drag it up to scenes, and it places it in that folder for us. So now we have our 2 main scenes. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep our main menu scene, and just have that be part of our game over scene. And then what we're going to go ahead, in our scripts folder, we're going to create a couple subfolders, and we're going to call it main menu. And then we'll call it another folder. We'll go play scene. Let's go to scripts. So that's going to organize even more. Go ahead in our main menu. You can double click on it. Make sure that we're in that script folder. We're in our main menu scene. Double click to check. Go in our main menu. We're going to create a new C# script, and we're going to call this main menu GUI. Gonna open that up, and it should open up MonoDevelop, and we did. So here we go. We're in MonoDevelop right now. We're gonna do some coding. I'm gonna go ahead and erase these few comments. For this video, I'm gonna try my best to comment things for you guys so that you can really get an understanding, because this is set for beginners as well. It's not just for advanced users. But the next thing we're going to do is void on GUI. And this is where we're going to use our main menu items. So if I go ahead and go back to our design document here, in our scene details, I said the scene's going to have 3 buttons, a title, and a signature, and some sample gameplay in the background. We're going to have the 3 buttons going to be play, high score, and exit. So what we want to do is go up here, and we're going to actually create our string. So we're going to go private string. We're going to go game title. We're going to set that equal to Cannon Assault. We're going to go private string game developer, and I'm going to put HardlyBriefDan. We'll go private string play button title, and we'll set that equal to play game. Private, oh nope, we're going to go private. Come on, why is that happening? Private string play, or let's see, what did I say? We got high score button, so we'll go high score title, or button title. You don't have to name these the way I name them. If you have a better nomenclature, if you have a different way, you have a different game title, whatever. You know, this is just what I'm going to be doing. Experiment. It's always good. You'll learn better that way. Private string. What's the last? We want to quit exit. We'll call it exit game button title equals exit game. So here we created 4 strings, or 5 strings, excuse me. We got our game title, our developer tag, our play game, our high scores, and our exit. The next thing we're going to do is we want to create a a private enumeration, and it's going to be states, and we're going to create a simple state machine that's going to drop between our main menu and our game over. We want two states since we eliminated our game over scene, so we're going to go private enum we'll call it game, we'll call it main menu. Call it let's call it menu states, and we're gonna have several. We're gonna have two. We're gonna have main menu, and then we're gonna have game over. And then under this, we're gonna make it public static, and we're gonna call it a current menu state. It's going to be of menu states. It's going to be called current menu state. And when we start the game, we want it to. Actually, we'll just do it. Yeah. When we start the game, we want it set immediately to main menu. So we go menu states, main menu. So this is going to set our current starting state as main menu. And then in our on GUI, we're going to have basically a if statement. We're going to go if current state. Actually, we won't do that. What we'll do, yeah, no, we will. Okay, I deleted. I'm going to delete start and update for now because basically we're probably only going to need our on GUI function. And before I end this video, I'll go ahead and comment all this for you guys. But in our, we're going to have if. Since we only have two states, I'm just going to switch between the two with if statements. So we're going to go if current state is equal to our menu states dot main menu. Then we're going to be displaying something in here, and then we're going to go if current state menu state is equal to our menu states dot game over. So in here is where we're going to run functions for that display main menu items. Run functions that display game over items. Okay? So real fast, what we did here. These are our strings. These are, I'll just say strings to be used on main menu. And actually, since we're doing it like this, I'm actually probably going to move these because these are only associated with our main menu, except for game title, which will probably, these two will stay. We're going to say strings to be used on all menus. And then we're going to have these three strings are only going to be our main menu. But we're actually going to create a simple main menu script. And we're going to call that script here. So we're going to go ahead, Control S to save again. Go to Unity. And under, we have an issue. Should be alright now, right? Yeah, okay. So basically what happened there, excuse me, is I made this enumeration private, but I tried to access using a public static variable menu states, or our current main menu state, try to access this private variable, and because it's public and static, it couldn't read it if it was private, because a static variable can be read throughout the program. There's only going to be one state that ever exists. So which we might not even need to know if we're going to keep this static public right now. But basically, if this is private, then this will not be able to read. Then this would not been able to read these states in other scripts. So we need to make this enumeration menu state's public so that this current menu state variable can actually read those when we use it in other scripts. We might not use it in other scripts, and if we don't, then in that case we can go ahead and change this back to private and change this to private. Then we won't run into that error. But I eliminated the error we had because that was this variable could not access these items. So again, back into Unity, under main menu, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead under scripts, go ahead and click scripts and create folder, and we're going to call this folder menus. And I'm going to drag our main menu under here, and I'm going to create another folder under in menus called game over. And instead of this, how I call this main GUI, what happened? Oh, because I moved it, I need to reopen it. So because this is called this is going to handle our two different menus, our game over and our main menu, I'm just going to actually relabel this and call it menu GUI. Going to Control S to save. So definitely exit out of that, go into Unity, and just click and hold the mouse over that, and we're going to erase main. So it's just called menu GUI. Okay. Now reopen that up in MonoDevelop, and it should run fine. If you have any errors, double check. If you have any errors in Unity, we're going to have a couple warnings. Don't worry about those right now. But if you have any errors, make sure that you change the public class to public class name to menu GUI, and the actual title of the C# file to menu GUI, and any errors should go away. The next thing under main, the next thing we're going to do is actually drag menu GUI out. Just click it and drag it to menus, and therefore it's going to be it's going to show that it's a general script for both of our menus. I had to exit out of it again. It's all right. It's back up in MonoDevelop. Now what I wanted to do is main menu. Under that, click the main menu folder and create a new C# script, and we're going to call this main menu GUI functions. This is a script that we're going to call in our main menu script to run all of our functions. So go ahead and delete that. We're going to keep mono behavior for right now. Actually, we don't need mono behavior, I don't think. So get rid of mono behavior for now. Go ahead back into menu GUI. We're going to create a couple private variables. Or one for now. We're going to create a private. It's going to be of type menu GUI. Or no, main menu GUI. Main menu GUI functions. We're going to call this variable main menu functions, or GUI functions rather. We're going to set that equal to a new instance of our main menu functions. So what this is going to allow us to do is we created this variable that's of this type. We created a variable called main menu GUI functions. It's of the type main menu GUI functions, which is the class that we just created. So what this is going to do, it's going to organize our code a lot better. It's going to allow us to see that this controls the GUI, like this main menu GUI controls the GUI, but the actual core of that GUI comes, for at least the main menu portion, comes from this script, this public class here, this main menu GUI function script. And this is actually going to have the code that has our buttons, has our title, has that kind of stuff. And we're going to do the same thing with our game over menu. And real quick, what that's going to allow us to do, I'm going to go ahead and create a couple things to just show you. Actually, go ahead and grab these private strings, the play game high scores, and exit. You're going to go in our main menu, our main GUI, and paste them here. We're going to create a public function, and the function or method is going to be it's going to return type void. It's not going to return anything, and we're going to call it display main menu buttons. I'm going to Control S to save, and I'm going to show you. Go back into the menu GUI script And under our if statement, where we're saying the current state is menu states.main menu, we're going to actually access that function that we just created. And the way you do that is you type in the name of the variable that we just created, and it's called main menu GUI functions. And then you press period or dot, and you'll see the public method we just created called display main menu buttons. Go ahead, hit enter, type in your parentheses, and close it off with a semicolon. And I'll write a comment here. This is accessing the function / method in the main menu GUI functions .cs script. So hopefully you guys understand that. Hopefully I'm not dumbing this down too much for some of you. But basically I'm just showing you that we're accessing this function, this display main menu button function that's in another class. And this is basic object-oriented programming, which is what C#'s about. So now that we have our function, now we can actually type in the GUI controls that display these buttons. So we're going to go ahead and create a couple buttons. We're going to go GUI.button. We're going to, it takes a rectangle, so we're going to go new rect, not networking, new rect. I'm going to go ahead 000 for now. And then it takes GUI content or a string. And in this case, we're just going to go play button title. And that's actually it. That's all you need for a button. Now, obviously, this rectangle is 000, so it's going to be nothing, and we need to change that. And so the size of the button for now, we're going to say, let's make it 50. I guess it's wide, right? Let me check. Yeah, width, it's going to be 50 wide, and we're going to say, actually, we're going to make this 100 wide, and we're going to make it 75. I'm just guessing for now. And we'll make it 50 wide. So it's going to be lengthwise 75 pixels. Height-wise is going to be 50. We're going to position it, say 100 from the top right now, or 100 from the left and 100 from the top. I don't know if that'll work. I'm going to control S to save. We're going to jump in to Unity. On our main camera, I'm going to go ahead and drag our menu GUI, put it on the main camera. So now you can see, I click the main camera, you see that script. I'm going to go ahead and press play, and we should see a button. And we do. The button doesn't do anything right now, but it's alright because I just wanted the button to be there. I'm in aspect ratio 16:9. We can change it around later. I'll keep it in there for now. That's just the ratio of my monitor. But basically, our button's there, which is good. So we're going to jump back into MonoDevelop, and we're going to create the other buttons real fast. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this. Instead of play button, we're going to go high scores. Instead of play button again, we're going to go exit. So now we want them all below this. So we know it's 50 wide, so we're going to go 175, and then we'll do 100, what's that, 225? 250, excuse me, wow. 250. Controls to save. Jump into Unity, press play. Each have 3 buttons. We do. I'm gonna make them a bit bigger. So we're gonna make them longer. We're gonna make them 100 long. Make them 75 height. We're gonna change this to 200 and this to 300. Controls to save. Go back into Unity, and I just made the buttons a bit bigger. Nothing crazy. I don't like them still. You're going to see me do this a lot. If it bothers you, tell me, and I can try to fast forward it. But I like playing around. Try to get it look a little better. But here we go. Now we got our buttons. Perfect. They're not doing anything yet, but that's all right. What we'll do is our display main menu buttons. We'll add a couple if statements attached to them. So we'll go if, put a parentheses, get rid of that semicolon, put another parentheses. Now do your brackets. Now we have an if statement with our button. So that means if you click that button, this is going to happen. What we're going to do here once, I'll write a comment once button is hit or clicked, this code will execute. Okay, and the code now, we're just going to go debug log, and we're going to say play game. That's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy, I'm going to go ahead and create if statements for all these, because that's what we're going to need to run the game. Go ahead and do it too. So if, open parentheses, get rid of that semicolon, do another parentheses, do your brackets, controls to save, always control S, you always want to be saving. I'm going to go ahead and copy these, the comment and debug statement, because it's the same for these buttons. The inside will be different. This is going to be display high scores. And then this one is going to be quit, I'll say exit game. Controls to save. And I'm going to jump into Unity. Going to clear all these. We're going to clear on play. I'm going to hit play. Now we, excuse me, now we have our buttons. And I'm going to end the video after I go over these. But basically, if I press play, it says play game. If I hit scores, display high scores, hit exit, we're going to exit the game. So we have basic functionality of our buttons. The video is getting kind of long. I'm going to try to aim for the videos to be around 30-40 minutes so we actually get some things going and done. This is where it's left off for now. Please join me next time. We're going to continue on moving along with this game. We're going to get farther and farther. It's going to get a little more complex. Stick around for the whole thing. I think it would be great if we all can finish the game together. Please like, comment, subscribe, pass it on to your friends, tell anyone about my channel, tell anyone about this new series. If you have any suggestions, I'm more than willing to listen to them. And I'll see you guys for episode 2.